Hey y'all, what's going on? How is everybody doing today? You got Big Yelly here and who?
You got JB in the building.
What's the name of our show, Best Friend?
Best Friend, cut that shit.
And we are back with some more topics today, some more discussions. So go ahead and get your little popcorn, a little Kool-Aid or whatever, and let's get into it. But before we get started, we definitely have a special guest today. I would like to welcome the fedora, because it's giving what it's supposed to give.
Check out my best friend. Hey, girl, you wearing that? You wearing it?
Thank you.
Hey, guys, I want to say thank you again for all the comments, and thank you again for all the likes. Please subscribe, share, comment. Let's get with it.
Let's go.
Yeah, we just getting started. But hey, you guys, we got a lot more coming to you. Hopefully, we can help somebody while we out here doing this, and just bring some light to some conversations. All right.
So what we talking about today, baby?
Let's go ahead. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Hey, best friend.
What's happening?
First topic of the day, I'm thinking about making decisions while you're emotional.
It's about to get spicy, baby. You know how we do. We keep it what?
We gonna keep it 100. Here we go, y'all.
Let's go.
So check this out, best friend. Men talk, and we just think a lot of times we do this sometimes, but we think women do a whole lot more of it. Make a lot of decisions while y'all emotional. I mean, is that true for most women, or is that something that you guys just can't control? Because I think sometimes you need to control your thoughts first and not make decisions on emotions, because sometimes you regret them.
So let me make sure. Let me clarify what you just said. So first of all, you said women are emotional. Yes or no?
Absolutely.
We make emotional decisions.
Absolutely.
And we need to get some control over ourselves. That's what you just said to me.
Basically.
Okay, cool. So let's be for real.
Okay.
First of all, we women.
Absolutely.
We already deal with enough on the inside. And then people maybe not like yourself, but the male species make things even worse. So let's break this down for our lovely audience today.
Okay.
So when you say we act on emotion, give me a direct scenario where you feel like it's okay, where it's not okay to act off of your emotion.
For instance, if a male and a female are having a deep discussion, let's call it an argument, basically that's what it is, and then all of a sudden, instead of you thinking about your actions, most women like to go to what they first thing they want to do, what they can tell, what they can do. If they date a man or whatever, I gotta go get his car. I gotta go do this. I'm trying to figure out where the logic come in at behind that, man, when you're so emotional. When do women start thinking about the aftermath before they get emotional and do something they regret?
Well, let's be for real. It depends on what the situation is.
I just don't think anything requires physicality. I don't care whether it's on items or a person.
Okay.
That's just me.
Okay, now this piece right here is me. Now, I don't resort to violence first. I don't. Because I don't want to go to jail. So, I'm going to shut down before I even talk to you. Like, I'm working on that, right? But for some women, it's easy for us to just react. It depends on what you did. And that's why I say break what type of situation down where you feel like it's not okay to react. So, for example, if somebody didn't call my line, I'm with somebody, and they call me and tell me you got a baby on the way.
Ooh.
Right? Okay, so that's a speculation. I don't know. I only know based off what you told me, but why would somebody call me with that out of the blue, right?
Right.
Okay. So guess what? We found out that it's true that you got a baby on the way, but you was with me. How was a woman supposed to react? You don't think she's supposed to react off of emotion?
Hey, I'm not saying not have the emotion, but I mean you have to have control over your emotions in everything you do.
Best friend, cut that shit. Cut that shit.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Nah, let's get into it. Okay.
All I'm saying is, okay, let me tell you, men have made many mistakes. I have talked to guys that have made decisions emotionally.
Oh, okay.
For instance, not reference to physical, having something physical. I'm saying, if me and you were going through some issues and having problems, and all of a sudden that night I say, you know what, I'm gone. I'm gonna go.
No, that's
but you saying, oh no, stay. Sometimes happens. Well, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stay. But you know what? Really, That should have been the moment you step out the door.
I'm gonna disagree with you.
That should have been the moment you step out the door
I'm gonna
because
tell you what men do. Go ahead.
because you got to stick to when you got that feeling, you got to stick to that instead of letting your emotions take over. Because a lot of times that feeling be that right way.
Okay.
And then you go back and then we start getting when all these other feelings and emotions getting out. Then what happened is that next morning or the 3 days after, then you're like, dang, I should have left. Cause that day everybody making up, you got these good things going on. Then after them couple of days go by, it's back to the same stuff you've been going through. And now you've been like, oh man, I should have just stayed gone. Like I said, but I wasn't emotional then. I was in the moment. But when you get emotional, that's when you stick around.
Well, certain things cause for emotions, and that's just what it is. But you want to talk about women and go in on women so bad. Let's get into these men. How the first thing y'all want to say is, oh, you with somebody else, or you dealing with somebody else. Why does that have to be y'all first emotion?
Because y'all try to do that. Though.
No.
Y'all try to do that.
No. That's not always the case. Sometimes I don't want it. You are ready to stress me out. You think I want to go and deal with somebody else so they can stress me out too? Come on, man. Be for real. Men is just emotional as women are. We can talk about it.
We are.
And then y'all more, for the most part, from what I've seen in my days, like I'm so old, men be way more violent.
No. Well, I'm gonna tell you this.
When they act off of emotion.
Okay. When men I'm gonna tell you something. Men can normally get by if they get a little closer. So so we already know what the emotional thing go in at, but I'm gonna run this into this question right here. I'm running this into a question. Do you think women should do better by even giving men closure? Your ex closure. Yes. Because I have talked to men and like, all I want to know is why she won't do this, why she won't take me, why she won't come. That's all I'm saying.
Excuse me, sir. You trying to come for me?
I'm just saying.
Because I thought we was best friends.
We are best friends. I'm just giving you that. Do you think women should work on giving closure? And not because they already got the upper hand. What about the closure piece?
Okay, ladies, I'm going to have to agree with him right there. Because it is easier. Well, I won't say for all women, though, because you have women like me who would at one point in time will shut down and won't give you nothing. And then you have some women that going to over-communicate where you're going to get tired of hearing what they got to say.
Okay.
I think it all just depends on the woman and that woman's personality and what that person has been through or what they're going through. A lot of times in my personal experiences where I feel like I don't want to explain is because I feel like it's going to be no point. I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall.
See, that's what I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, I feel like it's no point because, and I apologize, men. I'm just going to apologize in front of everybody. Y'all be acting so slow sometimes. And I feel like some stuff is just common sense. But talking to men, being around men, just general conversation sometimes, I'm finding out that it's not so common. And men are so much more simpler than women are. Men
are simple creatures.
But that's not
why
okay.
We're not.
That's not okay.
We're emotional to a certain extent, but we're emotional to a certain extent, but we're simple creatures. If you give us some explanation and a little closure, we can deal with that. We can make the situation better.
And you still gonna give a man everything to ask for, he's still probably gonna cheat on you. Anyway, let's talk about it. What's the next thing you said you want to talk about? Because you want to talk about emotions? It's y'all. Y'all the problem, not us.
I'm just trying to I need y'all to come in on this because I really need some backup on this.
Who is it? Is it us ladies or is it them or is it a mixture of both?
I need some backup on this because women like to be right.
Oh, I'm right.
Okay. And so let me run this then. Let me run this. Do women, when arguments are in place, do y'all argue to be right or do y'all argue for a resolution?
Okay. For me, I don't argue.
Okay, but when you do?
I don't.
Because you go get into something. You go say something.
I don't argue.
So you shut down. I
don't argue because here's the thing with arguing for me. I have so much that I want to say that I'm going to forget something and it's going to make me mad. So I'm going to be like, now I got to start it back up because I forgot to say something. So I personally don't argue. But from a woman's perspective, I think women more so just want to be heard and want to be understood. It's hard getting through y'all thick skulls.
But are y'all getting through that again? Y'all like to be right. Y'all like to win. So do you argue for the resolution or or you just arguing to be right. Because
I
I think
think it's
is a
situation.
lot of time when you argue, like, okay, men would be like, okay, so what's up?
I think it just depends on the situation.
And then women like, you be wanting to find out.
It depends on what the situation is and what time of the month it is. I said what I said. Moving right along. Next topic. Next caller. Let's be real.
Best friend, cut that shit.
I'm just right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So that's what it is.
That's what it is. What else you got for me today? Because you're on one today.
No,
You trying
hey.
to cuff our throats. I'm going to
No.
hold it down for us ladies. Don't worry about it.
I was just trying to get some understanding. I got brothers out there who looking for women, and
brothers
looking
ain't
for.
looking for
Hey, I
women.
got people out there who want to get into a relationship too. And so my next thing is too, women. If y'all don't come out, how you gonna find somebody?
Ooh, now ladies. Now that's the question right there.
If you don't come out, how you gonna find somebody?
We don't go nowhere but to the gas station because we have to, the grocery store. Half the time we come out to the grocery store, we're looking a mess. Or we're going to pick the children up in the line sitting at the school. Ladies, that is a great question. No, first of all, you're not going to find anybody. He's going to find you. Okay. But he's definitely not going to find us when we don't go anywhere, we don't do anything, and we sit on the couch in our bonnets. We got to change that dynamic. Not saying that when you go to the grocery store, you got to put on heels and your blazer and all that. But we do have to get out a little bit more, just a little bit out of our comfort zone, and be okay with, kind of piggyback on what we said last week, as far as it's okay to get out a little bit. Even when you're in your zone, even when you focus, you could just take yourself out to eat. You got to get something to eat, right? But that's a really good question, because I don't really go nowhere unless I'm with y'all. And
hey, comment on that one, y'all. I gotta get understanding on that.
Yeah.
I got guys like, I don't see nobody.
I don't see
Where
nobody.
they at? I'm a brain. Hey, we're gonna wrap this up with this. Now, this might, we might have to take this segment into the next one because this question is here too.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to my guys that are with people. This pandemic has really it's put a strain on a lot of relationships, especially if you're used to seeing your spouse all the time.
Ooh.
But women,
He coming for us.
how are you trying to change somebody that you knew was this way the whole time? I mean, you get with them now when you want to change who they are, change what they do. When you knew what they like to do, instead of compromising it or saying it a different way, but why you want to try to change somebody from who they were? I mean, you can always change for the better, bringing them up to a certain way. But I'm just saying, why you trying to change somebody who you knew was like this the whole time?
Okay, so yeah, we definitely going to talk about this in the next topic, but I will leave you all with this from a woman's perspective. That goes back to that good heart and seeing the good in people, right? You always have in the back of your mind as a woman, okay, he might just be going through something, or it might have been the type of women that he's dealt with that make you feel like, okay, different women make you do different things, yes or no?
Right.
So that's that little piece of potential that you see in them. But then after a few minutes, you'd be like, you know what? I should have just left you where you was at. But yeah, let's get into that too. So when y'all in the comments talking about this emotion thing, let's go on and get into our topic for next week.
Absolutely, because I want to know, because a lot of women will try to marry me and think, okay, if I marry,
He gonna change.
he gonna change.
He gonna change for me because he love me, girl.
Right. And
ain't and don't. All right, y'all, we finna wrap this thing up. Get in them comments, like, subscribe, share, because every week we coming with that fire.
Hey, we come with the fire. We're trying to see what y'all. We want to hear what you guys got to say about it, because I just want to know. I'm coming to it. I want to know what you women think. I'm coming to you from the man perspective, and we're just trying to get the tea.
Absolutely. And my hat said thank you for having as a special guest.
My best friend hat is on.
Don't play with my hat. And we will see you all next week.
All right, tune in, guys.